welcome to the most horse-powerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X.
What's up, everybody? It is me, Fee, and this is episode 376 of the Xbox Drive. My name is Fee. I think it might be 377, but you know what?
377. I messed
Here
it up.
we are.
Oh, no.
We don't know how to count here on the Xbox Drive.
It's the one thing I didn't change.
It's a Friday, and we don't know how to count. We're here. What up? So yes, it is me, Fee, everybody. I hope you all had a great week. And I'm here with my two co-hosts, starting off with Mitch, the counting wonder. How's it going, Mitch?
I'm good. It's like the one thing I didn't do. That's my fault.
Learn how to count?
Learn how to count.
Counting and reading, both pretty
Both
hard.
Yeah.
Both difficult, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So, yeah. That's my bad.
Here we are. And
It works.
It works. You know what? 7 comes after 6. But here we are. 7, 8, 9. Bowsah, how are you?
I'm doing all right. It's Friday. The work week is done. Got lots of crap done at work this week. Feeling good about that. So I'm ready to play and talk about video games.
Love it.
How about you, Fee? How are you?
I am here. I'm existing. Time is a construct. It's cold outside. Going to start off with the weather really just right out the gate. I just looked outside and it was pure white for a second because snow is just blowing around outside. So here we are.
Yeah.
It's a winter wonderland in mid-March, and I'm here for it.
We had typical Western Pennsylvania weather this week. Wednesday it was like 65 and thunderstorms, and then Thursday it snowed. It's fun.
I love that.
My sinuses love it. They're so excited.
And then Mitch is probably, it's 103 degrees over here in Arizona.
It's not April yet. Relax. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. It was really nice today though. It was raining all day. So that's a rare Arizona day where it rains all day. It was like 50 degrees all day, and I'm just like, it's way too cold. Way too cold. I had to get a hoodie, some pants.
Oh no, the hoodie?
50 degrees. Pants.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy.
Pants are
right?
a prison.
They really are.
It's true.
Shorts all year round, except for these days where I'm like, it's cold. My old bones. 50 degrees.
Wow.
Bowsah just dealt with like negative 30 or some nonsense a month ago. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
You live in Canada. It's permanently cold there. Like, it's always cold.
It's not always cold here.
Always.
But it's cold right now. It's
Always.
cold right now.
Their
It's
high is
always
like
colder
70.
than where Mitch is.
100%. Every day of the year, it's colder.
Okay.
If it's warmer in Canada than it is where I am, world's ending.
Okay, but you have dry heat, Mitch.
I don't want to hear that dry heat. It's like it's still hot.
Okay, we're not
Doesn't
having
matter.
this
Got it.
discussion.
Nice
we'll
guys.
have this
Go on.
discussion later on. We can have a full weather podcast on Patreon, okay? We'll just talk about
Let's do it.
cold
Every day.
versus- Yeah.
Every day, all the co-hosts should just join a Discord for 5 minutes and do a podcast of what the weather's like where they live. Everybody can yell at each other about how their weather's either good or bad. And then we just end the show. It's a 5-minute podcast daily. Thoughts?
Mitch, it's going to be literally us just yelling.
People like it.
It's going to take way more than 5 minutes with 12 hosts complaining about the weather.
That's true.
Exactly.
Make it a 10-minute podcast. A daily 10-minute podcast for everybody.
Yeah. My goodness.
Fulya
Wow.
will just say it's hot. You'll just say it's cold. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay. You know what? I'm tired of talking about the weather. I want to talk about geek outs. Geeking out. And you know what? Bowsah. What's your geek out this week?
You notice anything different like at all?
I
Is
think
there
I
anything
do.
changed?
Ooh.
Maybe somebody got a new camera this week because the old one kept freezing up. And if this one freezes up, then I'm going to need a new computer. So
Right.
I don't know if I want it to freeze or not. I think Mitch wants my camera to still freeze.
Oh, I do. Oh, I do. Oh,
So he
no.
can pick out a new PC
hold
for
on.
me.
It just broke. It just broke.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You hear that, Green Jeans? I got to get a new PC.
Green Jeans is like, yeah, Mitch can buy it for you since he's so
Yeah,
gung-ho and you
exactly.
get to do it. Exactly. Exactly.
No, I got that Elgato Facecam Pro.
You're
So,
damn right you did.
4K
Yeah.
and whatnots.
It looks phenomenal.
looks great.
Smoothness. It looks great. It's really clear. It doesn't freeze,
tell
which
you
is what
what.
your last scan did.
Well, we haven't been live long enough to know if
Not
that's
yet. We'll
truly
find out.
solved. We
Yeah.
will find out. That thing's a chunky boy.
Yeah.
Like, it's got some heft. If you want to hurt somebody, just throw that at them. I got weapons here.
Exactly.
So,
If anybody has think of like the C920, if everybody wants that as their like base webcam, it's probably, swear to God, 4 of those deep. Like it's this big. It's enormous.
yep.
But
And it's
got
heavy.
them 4K sensors. Yeah, it's heavy. Good
Well,
thing
and-
though, retract or the cable that comes out, you can put whatever cable length you want on there. You're not fixed cable. Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
So, this is my previous one, and it has like this to put it on
Mhm.
top of your monitor. The Facecam has the same one, and I'm not sure I trust it. So, I might have to rig something else up there instead because, like, it's pretty heavy.
I can tell you before I hard mounted mine where I got my teleprompter, it is fine. Like it was sitting on top of this monitor forever and it was
All right.
not a problem. So just saying.
Well, we'll let it ride then. Heck with it.
Yeah,
Let it
why
rock.
not?
Do it.
Yeah.
Party.
Mitch, what are you geeking out about this week?
I have been slowly testing, trying to get PC games working on my computer while I stream. So I basically been trial and erroring that because I would like to eventually learn keyboard and mouse because I don't know. I just feel like it's the one area of like, there's a lot of cool PC games that like, for example, only use keyboard and mouse. And I'm so tragically bad with keyboard and mouse. Like it's so awful. So I'm trying to get to the point where I actually am better with it. So I've been playing Apex on PC, Fortnite on PC, just trying to get better with moving and all that jazz. And I'm getting there. Me and Buzz got second place in an Apex game. I actually held my own. I felt like not terrible at video games for a moment. But yeah, I'm just basically trying to, figure out how high can I push my computer without everything melting. And I have a really good computer, but let's just say I can't do everything I want to do still. Like this computer's yelled at me. So I have another computer over there that was in my son's room. I'm trying to see if I can do a little 2 PC setup and seeing the pros and cons of getting that going. So, I'm having fun though, trying to see what I can do and also learning keyboard and mouse and not sucking as much. So that's also a good thing.
Nice.
Yep. Fee,
Yeah.
what are you geeking out about?
What am I geeking out about?
Yeah.
It's a really good question.
That work is over.
Honestly, that's kind of my geek out is
Yep.
just being able to chill. Okay, you know what? My geek out, guys, I'm a huge fan of cooking shows and I'm a big fan of true crime. You mix those together. Just wait. There's Crime Scene Kitchen. I've been obsessed with that show this week. Guys, this show has blown my mind. You have to go, okay, so for context, there are chefs that have to go into a kitchen, try to figure out what was cooked in that kitchen by different clues, and then these chefs go into their cooking area and cook this baked good, and then they have to find out if they were correct or not. I don't know why it took me years to get to actually watching this. I've randomly seen clips of it on TikTok, but the idea of putting two things that I love together into one thing is just so good. Oh, it's so... Fulia in the chat agrees. I liked what I've watched on the show. It's actually quite fun. It's absolutely fantastic. I have nothing but fun with it. I know Joel McHall from Communities on it. McHale.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, it's been a week, Mitch, okay? girl has to try, okay? So I've been, it's just a lot of fun. It's just really like over the top, and just like the creativity that some of these chefs have is absolutely insane. Like, where do you get this knowledge? Where's the knowledge coming from? They're just like, oh, it's this random like German bakery, like baked good, and I'm like, how did you know? How did you know that it was this thing? What are all these words you're saying? And now I'm just like infatuated by their knowledge, and just overall just like the idea of trying to figure it out by just like crumbs. What? Though I did guess a few of them correct. I want to say there was one, and it was an upside down peach bourbon cake. And I'm like, that's what that is. And I got it right. And then one was like a focaccia, and I'm like, oh, heck yeah, I'm on it. And then they're like, it's a bee sting German cake. And I'm like, okay, I have no idea what this is. So you know what? Girls learning. I'm learning a lot, guys. I like baking. Who knows? Maybe over the next few weeks I try new baking recipes and stuff, and then I can geek out about that one, because I've been wanting to try to get into sourdough. So here we are. I'm 5 years behind. Here we go. Yeah, that's my geek out. Baked goods and crime.
Nice.
Is there actually crime though on the show? Because you said it was like a murder like a murder doc.
That's
right?
the whole point, because the baked good's missing, and so you have to like figure it out by putting the.
But no one
pieces of
died.
evidence.
Like, there's no crime.
Did you
committed.
die though?
But did you die though? There's no crime. Crime scene just means somebody just blew it up. They just made a mess of it. Am I wrong?
There's been a murder.
Oh God. Okay, then never mind.
But not a real murder.
Not a real murder. It's just someone ate the baked goods because it was really good. There we go. Fuya in the
Okay.
chat.
It was that duck. It was the duck from Duck Detective.
Duck Detective.
I heard he's
no!
got a bread addiction.
No. Say it ain't so.
That's all I know about that game.
It's just a duck. Just all
Just a
sorts
duck.
of animals. Man. Well, those were our geek outs. You know what? Mitch.
What's up?
I don't know about you, but I think I hear someone down the hallway.
Housekeeping.
There we go.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Come on in. Clean this mess up.
Yeah,
Sean's
there's a
been
crime
gone for
scene.
like 3 seconds. We got crime scenes. There's flour everywhere. Might be
Oh,
mixed
no.
with ketchup.
Get
Might
the
be blood.
flour up!
I don't know.
Sorry.
Who knows what's happening in here?
Not the croquettes.
Thank you to everyone that supports us over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. We got some exclusive content over there. Folia's Pants episode is out right now.
It is.
And our one and only Fee is putting one out on Sunday. So stay tuned. I'm sure it'll be a doozy. Reminder that you have early access to the mini indie van. There's a new episode out with Fulia and Nagachaka. It's pretty good. I gave it a listen. So make sure you pop a free trial if you need to. Give that a listen and give some feedback on the show.
Or pay for it.
Or pay for it, but you can start with a 7-day free trial. Give them
You won't
that.
be able-
Because
you won't
trust
be able to
me,
get through all of it.
there's so much content they cannot possibly get through it all. So doesn't matter.
And if you do, I question a lot.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know my podcast app could go 50x. So
You just hear that's done. Is it? Done. Nice cops. Oh my God.
last night, the Nintendo Drive had a special guest, Clayton Dwyer, and they also joined for the
Buenos
Nintendo Drive
comms.
post show that is on the Patreon feed. Thank you, Mitch. Buenos comms.
It was so late. I'm so sorry.
You tried.
I
An
tried.
attempt was made. Don't forget, you can go to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. And since we're live right now on Twitch, you can go there and gift some merch to the Twitch chat. And they'll have a short period of time to enter and win some merch, whatever you decide to buy. I think that is it for the housekeeping this week.
Housekeeping.
Fee, have you been
Yes.
playing any video games this week?
Guys, it was Next Fest. Boy,
Oh,
howdy
yeah.
did I play some frickin' demos. This week I got a list. A full-on list of games I've played. I played some chill games. I played a game called Bloomtail, where you play as a girl who has acquired a essentially a flower shop from her grandmother and is now learning the reins from her grandmother's apprentice, who was her partner. But we also find out it was the cat, who's really sassy and thinks you're going to do a terrible job and constantly tells you you are going to do a terrible job. Really chill, really cutesy game. Would highly recommend. I'm excited to play the full game. Mind you, I will say I learned a lot about flowers in a 40-minute period, because it's just like start off day one with 4 flower options. Some of them mean like happiness and stuff like that. And then the next day it's like, here's 15 new flowers and 4 different colors for each of them. And good luck, everybody. And you're like, whoa. So it's definitely a little bit of a learning curve, but I was a huge fan of it. And then you know what? I played a game, like 2 or the second in a series that I've played before, which is Monster Train. I don't know if you guys have played that before. It is a roguelike, like deck builder essentially, where you are protecting the heart of this particular train, trying to go into hell, or I think in this game you're trying to go to heaven. And so you have different ethereal creatures that you're trying to like protect, but at the same time these creatures, these evil demonic creatures, are trying to like kill this particular like stone, which is the heart of the train. It's a whole thing. I liked the first one. I haven't played the first one in a very long time, but I saw that there was a demo for the second. I'm like, why not? Did I fail it? Absolutely. But it was one of those moments where it's just like, you can't get past, like, you can't win, because it's like they bring out these characters that are like way too strong. It's kind of like the kind of like show where you like have your main character who like has to like fight this like super hard like creature, and then they get beaten, and then they kind of get knocked down a peg, and then they have to build up their abilities to be able to go up against that person. That was kind of like that, trying to get you interested in the story. So I played that. And then I wanted to play some games that reminded me of a game called Papers, Please. And so there was a game, and it's called Do No Harm. I like this game, but did I get creeped out on multiple occasions? Absolutely I did. Mostly because you are playing a doctor who moved into a very creepy forest town, and everything is going haywire. And what happened to the old doctor? Well, maybe he got possessed or eaten by a demon or taken by a group of crazy people in the woods. Who knows? But
As things do happen, you know,
things happen, crazy stuff happens. You're just like, where did everything go wrong, if you will? So I'm going to actually show the trailer while I talk about this game, because I really did enjoy it. So let's just bring the screen share up, if you will, for the people who are here. But yeah, it is, you have the townspeople who come in that are just like, I'm feeling sick, I'm feeling terrible. And then you have to like figure out what's wrong with them by giving them specific dosages. And if you give them the wrong dosage, you could kill them. And you might be hallucinating. Different monsters. Maybe some people will randomly get the face of a bug. Maybe some other people will split open into a huge mouth. Who knows? Crazy stuff happens. There were a few jump scares in this game. I decided that the best way to play this game would be to play it at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
In the dark, as a person would. And I had my volume up pretty much all the way. And sometimes the sounds got really loud. Maybe that would happen randomly, where a person would just turn into a bug person, and you have to like start drinking a concoction an old lady from the woods gave you to get you to stop hallucinating. Yeah, who knows? Crazy stuff happens in this particular part of the woods. Either way, pretty chill, guys. 10 out of 10. Would highly recommend this game. I'm very interested. I will say the dosages didn't make any sense. The math, shocker, kind of the theme of the episode, the math didn't make sense, everybody. It was mostly because there would be like sections where it was just like, oh, you have to give like a high dose if that person is sick because of this particular illness, but then you give them a high dosage and then you still had to give them like double that amount for no reason. Unless I went and read all of it, which there is an entire book that tells you what you need to do. It's a whole thing. I'm not here to read. Excuse me?
It's hard.
Not on my day off. I'm not reading on my day off. So
You gotta pay me to read.
pay me to read. So I wasn't down. I was definitely not down to clown for that game. So you know what I did instead? Played another game. Another night, maybe at 1:30 in the morning. Maybe
There's a pattern here.
Yeah, you know, who wants to play a random normal game? So I played a game called Last Report, where you are playing a forest ranger who came back from vacation from with your family, and you're sitting in your ranger station, and oh, maybe the power just has been randomly going out for recently. Oh, and one of your jobs is to look at these photos to see if people have violated the terms of the forest that you protect. And so it'll be show like a picture of 3 guys sitting by the water drinking beers and throwing the beers into the lake, and so you have to put in a report for them. Or maybe you see someone parked illegally, or maybe you randomly find a mutilated body and it's super bloody, and then all of a sudden just like things start glitching out randomly, who knows. And then maybe you find out through one of your coworkers who has been working here for 25 years that someone may or may not have died in the cabin that you're in, and maybe it's been covered up. There was a murder, and we don't know how they died. However, someone may or may not have randomly put a bear trap in front of your cabin, and you don't know who it is. It was very creepy. I heard like this random like scratching in front of my door, and I'm like, what's going on? And so I click the door of the cabin of my character's home, and you open it up, and then there's just like this person who's like leaning in front of your door, and then he stands up and then walks away. And then one of your coworkers comes and is like, hey dude, why did you put a bear trap in front of your door? You could have killed me. And then you're just like, I didn't do that. There was a random person at my door. And then there was a jump scare, and I screamed, and I had to stop playing. Things got wild with this game, and I only got like 25 minutes in. So why did I decide to play horror games? I don't know. It looked pretty cool, and I was pretty like interested, because I'm like, you know what? I love organization games. That's why I love Papers, Please. That's why I like other games like that. But this is on a whole new level. I will say, and this is my slight issue with it, it is very like almost like predictable, because it was like due to reports, and then something happens, and then you do another 2 reports, and then that happens. It wasn't just like, I knew something was going to happen. Mind you, the jump scare was jump scaring, if you will. But I knew that there was going to be something that happened the moment I put the report down. I will
need to mix it up a little.
Bit, but I think overall I'm gonna play it once it fully comes out. I will not be playing it at 2 a.m. Not a good idea.
Why?
I don't know. If I do content, gonna have to stream it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because I was losing my mind. I like instantly screamed, and I'm like, nope, and I turned it off. And I'm like, this is the end of the night. I'm not playing this game anymore. Funny enough, I did play the other game I was talking about, the flower shop one, afterwards, because I'm like, I need something cutesy. I need something very demure, if you will. So
you don't have nightmares at night.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like, I think that for some reason this particular Next Fest, I wanted to try to play some horror games that didn't include like first person or having to move around quite a bit. I've been finding recently a lot of video games have been making me not feel so great. So I'm like, you know what? I know like what works for me, and what works for me is strategy / organization games. And I'm like, this is it for me. I feel like this is a good spot. And so I even downloaded a few others. I downloaded Inhuman Resources, which for some reason gave me a very big like oh my goodness, why can I not remember? Severance vibe. It's very much like weird stuff happens at a workplace, and you may or may not remember things, and then things go a little bit haywire. So I was like, you know what? This is definitely the vibe. I also downloaded a few other detective ones that I plan on streaming this weekend, because I'm like, you know what? I want to play. These are the types of games I want to play right now. Because sometimes I get into a rut, but I'm like, I'm feeling good about this. So those are the types of games that I've been downloading and playing. And that's pretty much it. I didn't even really play much Bizarre this week because I was playing a lot of demos because I wanted to just branch out. There were a lot of other demos as well that I played, but I'm gonna keep it at that for now. There are some others that I did play for like 2 seconds and then I closed because I'm like, nah, meh. So I wasn't very good at them. Yes, Mitch.
One request: if you do stream it though, you got to turn off the VTube stuff and turn on your actual cam, because I don't want to see a PNG going. I don't want to see that. I want to see like the actual reaction.
Yes, the horror ones I will not be PNG tubing.
Okay, cool.
Other ones, yes. Playing something. If I decide to go back and play Last Report, I would be like on camera because I did freak out. I was not doing well. I will say I was on camera in Discord when that happened because I was hanging out with my partner and I could hear myself through his speaker and I like almost fell out of my chair. I was just like, nope, this isn't it.
I don't know what it is for me. I'm not saying horror games aren't cool because I've played like certain horror games. I played like Resident Evil, which is survival horror, and sometimes there's some jump scares there, right? I have a clip on my Twitch that's like me like hyperventilating, losing my mind for one thing, but like if there's like that kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's like jump scare stuff, I don't think I would play that for funsies. I would absolutely like have to do that on stream. I would be like, okay, the only reason I'm doing this is so that you guys can see me lose my mind, right? I'm not gonna sit here and lose my mind just by myself, and I'm just like, no,
just for a good time.
I'll just shut it off. I mean, I'll go play something I enjoy. Like, I'm not trying to be scared to death.
That may have been the reason why I kind of shut it off at that point, because I'm like, there's a good opportunity here. There was also like, I was motivated to play it because of the mystery behind it. It's just like, what's happening here? Because all of a sudden there was like, one of the photos was like, all of a sudden every so often things would start getting really glitchy and then the camera would like go like this. And so it would like start wobbling. And all of a sudden it's just like, it just describes like a cult surrounded a campfire and other mysterious events may or may not be happening. And you're like, that's not in the drop down? Like, it's not under, like, this isn't illegal, like, loitering. There's nothing that says, like, you can't do spiritualistic, like, sacrifices and rituals in the middle. So you have to put, like, not listed as the reason for the photo because you're like, this isn't listed, which makes it even more hilarious, I find, because it's just like, nope, this is not one of the actual things. And then every time you submit a report, you have to do a are you human test. So it's just like, find all the deers. And then it's just like, if you're the fire ranger, where how do you get back to your cabin? And so there's like those like swirly cues and stuff to find out which cabin your character needs to go to. Or there's like are you a human, press down and hold type as well, which I think also adds to the suspense, because then you like do that and you're like, okay, I know this is gonna happen the moment I finish this test, but you still get freaked out afterwards. And I'm like, son of a gun. And yeah, it was creepy. I'm really excited to like find, like, I'm excited because I'm motivated to find out what's going on in the woods and the reason why. And there was also like a really odd kind of situation where one of your like coworkers is deciding to move away, but the way that she words things, you're like, why? Right? Like, this sounds super odd because she's just like, I'm gonna miss you. It'll like, I might never see you again. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, should I be concerned for flirting? You? That's true.
It's just, no. Depending on how she says it, she goes, I'll miss you. Like, just deadpan, like, I need to leave town before they find the body, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's just like, it was kind of like, it was like, I'll miss you, ... Well, at first I thought it was like a mental health check, and I'm like, should I call someone for this character? Because I'm like, I'm concerned for her, but then she's just like, I'm really excited to be able to go off to like school to be able to like research, like specifically like forest studies or something like that. And then one of your other, there's a new guy who just randomly moved to town, and then your character is really suspicious of that. He's like, why did you want to move here? This, like, into this small town. And I'm like, why am I the weirdo? Like, why am I creeping myself out? I'm like, calm down, dude. He just moved to town.
His reasons are just like property taxes are lower. I don't know what you want me to say.
He says like my wife and I wanted to move out of the. He's just like my wife and I wanted to move out of the city, and then your character's like, oh,
why? Did you
Why?
murder someone there? Dun dun dun. Like,
I'm like, am
meanwhile,
I? The
he's just
murderer?
like, it's a good community. I can walk places. I don't need a car, and the property taxes are low. Why are you hassling me, lady?
I'm like, should we be scared of the character? Like, who knows? Maybe. But yeah, I'm really excited to check out all the games that I've played for the most part. There was another one, and I forget the name off the top of my head, and it was one of those like, figure out where this person needs to sit on the bus. And then it's just like this person wants to sit beside this person, but then this person doesn't want to sit beside a chatty person. And then it was just like a whole, like a lot of, it was a sorting game. It was a sorting.
Were these people children, or were they just adults that couldn't get along with each other? Like, are you wrangling kindergartners? Like, you can't sit Billy next to Tammy because Tammy
Mitch?
does that. Nope. What is it?
They were squares. They were legitimately cubes. I don't know what else to tell you. There is like
Unknown
no
age.
But God forbid you put this one next to the chatty person because something's happening, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But no, that's the main focus of this week, which was play some new games because you know what? That's what Next Fest is here for. And you know what I also figured out? I need to put my filter back on because people are weird. In the end, that's the end of my section.
Okay.
Buenos comms, great.
Buenos comms.
Mitch, what have you been playing?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, mine's gonna be real short. I played Apex over the weekend. Now, here's the thing that sucks. Even though I'm trying to play on PC and console, even though like cross-platform's a thing and I can play with console people and I have all my skins, ranked does not. So my rank on console does not transfer over to PC for very valid reason, because one's on controller with aim assist and all this craziness, and one's on keyboard and mouse with no aim assist. So I played on my console, played ranked with Buzz and Bryant. I'm like plat 2, close to diamond. When I get to diamond, I stop because I'm not better than diamond. I recognize my skill set. And then, like I said, I was mentioning playing some PC stuff. I played Fortnite, Apex, Fall Guys, just testing out my PC. I also played more Stardew Valley with one Queen Meteor, or just Peachy in the YouTube chat there. It is summertime. She did some stuff when I was gone. She has a whole new section of the farm. What else happened? Green Rain happened, which she has never experienced. She's played that game for God knows how long, and she's like, what the hell is Green Rain? All I know is when Green Rain happens, there's a bunch of grass and a bunch of moss everywhere.
Interesting.
So I've never, she literally was, I Googled it. I'm like, I don't know what this means. So then we just went and we just started cutting down a bunch of stuff, got some moss. Why? I don't know. You could build something with it eventually, right? We explored the caves more. Like the mines got down to level 55. Just good old times. Went to this, there's this weird thing in Stardew where like everybody gathers to put food into this pot. Have you guys seen this, like soup for the mayor or something? Weird. I'm sorry. I don't jive with 30 some odd people randomly putting an ingredient in this giant soup and it being cool and not killing everybody. Like, I don't know. Something's just weird about that. I'm not a fan. But then we put the Queen put the ingredient in there, and then he said it tasted bland. And I'm like, what about the other 29 people that put an ingredient in there? Don't be looking at us like that. Like,
Yeah, not our fault.
Not my fault. I put in some high value pepper in there, and you want to get all lippy and say it's bland? No. I don't jive with that. But no, literally, that's like, it's so funny too, because like she just bully in the chat. Mitch playing a cozy game is wild to me, especially a farming sim. I just want to point out, you're not the first person to say that. Like, I've gotten messages from people that are like, are you playing Stardew Valley? I'm like, hey, yo, mind your business. I'm trying to be a good friend to Queen. So again, would you catch me playing that by myself? Absolutely not. But I'm like, hey, Queen, we'll keep playing. That's fine. So just try to be a good friend. And yeah, like I said, it's definitely not my type of game. And I just go along. I'm like, she's like, we need to go do this. And I'm just like, all right. Like, we need to do what? We need to go cut down trees. All right. Whatever. I just try to make my favorite thing is the mines though. So I can just beat the hell out of bats and ghosts and whatever's down there. I just go down there and I swing my sword until I'm exhausted. Then she's like, you need food. It just throws food at me. Also, I want to point out something. The backpack system in that game is total trash. It's total trash. You can't just like hand somebody something and then like they can discard something if their backpack's too full. No, you have to have space in your bag before you can get something handed to you. That's stupid. I'll say that right now. But no, like I said, it's definitely not my type of game. But again, Queen asked to play. I said sure, and we've been having fun because I just make the most of it. I just get ridiculous with it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
One of our chickens disappeared.
You probably killed it.
I didn't do
Swinging
a damn
your
thing
sword
to that
around.
Chicken. No. Don't do that to me. I didn't do anything to that chicken. I'm going to guess somebody left a gate open. Was it me? No, because the last time I played both. Nope. Last time I played, both chickens were there. Queen did a bunch of stuff. I came back. There's one chicken. Did she kill this chicken? I don't know.
Must have been hungry.
Yeah, exactly. and then we've been trying to go buy like we're broke as hell, by the way. We try to go buy chickens and they're like so expensive. It's just craziness, I tell you. But no, like I said, it's just dumb fun. We're having fun playing it. But otherwise, just the same old Apex and stuff like that. We might be playing some different games here soon. Community games with all the people in Carpool. I've been looking forward to playing this game as community for quite a while. Hopefully it'll be happening sooner than later. I don't think it's going to happen tonight. I would love for it to, but I don't know if the people will be here to do it. But if you guys do not have lockdown protocol figured out, I'm just going to tell you, go get it figured out because we might be running some community games on that. And let's just say it was my game of last year because I laughed harder playing that game than any other game last year. I had the most fun with my friends playing that game. Fee's just a demon trying to kill people, just blaming people for stuff. Yeah, don't do that. What do you mean? Don't do that. You know
I
this.
don't know what you mean.
I'm pretty sure both of you murdered me, so.
Yeah.
I also spent a lot of time reading, playing that game, so here we are.
I don't know if we can invite Amanda to the game, though. That's all I'm saying. If it's a liability to have Amanda playing the game. Amanda, if you're listening, I'm sorry that you had to find out this way, but I've seen you play Lockdown, and I was just sitting there going, what are you doing?
Wow.
I'm just saying, it's okay. She has fun. She has fun with it, though. Because again,
that's the point. It's a
Bowsah,
game. Have
that's
fun.
true. Bowsah made the point here, okay? If you're the killer, you want Amanda there. Right?
You want hers to be an employee because she's like finding all of the tapes in the entire game and playing them on the radio. That's what she's doing.
Swear to God, Amanda would find a tape, play it, and then just sit there and kind of like Lethal Company style dance. She's just like hanging out, and then somebody just walks up and blows.
I walked right up to her and offed her. Simplest
So
kill I've ever had in that game because she was just jamming.
I love that though.
I love that for her.
Yeah, it was, like I said, she just does her own thing. But like I said, if she's a killer, I don't know if she knows what to do with that. She might just still listen to the radio. I don't know if she was ever a killer when you guys played, but I'm definitely looking forward to playing that as a community. Because again, it'll just be big laughs. And that's what that game is all about.
Do what makes you happy, guys. Do what makes you happy.
That's right.
What I do, just jumped enough so I died, and then I hid in a corner and read. Because
that's what happens when you get sick playing the game.
Also, it's because every other time I would like just be like, oh man, I get to play that. And then all of a sudden I just get shot in the forehead. And then I'm like, okay, well, here I am just in my corner reading again. Don't mind me.
Well, they did change up. Like, let's just put it this way. I actually haven't played the game in quite a while to where like they've changed up how you get the gun in the game. Yeah. So where the gun's not just like readily available, which is also very good. But yeah, like there's a lot that, I mean, hopefully they're still going to continue to update it. I don't know what the player count is. I don't know if it's still a popular game or not. Either way, it's still a blast. And I think a majority of the Carpool members have it, minus Sean, because he refused to play it, because he just thought it was Lethal Company again, which he was not a fan of either. Exactly. And by the way, I still have Lethal Company. I still would be down to play it. That actually has mods to where more than like Is it 8 in lockdown? 8's the most, I think.
32 you can get in Lethal Company. So
Right.
here we are. We could all play Lethal
How are we
Company.
all going to fit in that ship?
That's a
hard.
We're
big-
not, because we're not all making it back. That's exactly what she's thinking. She's like, I'm going to beat you with a stop sign. You're not coming back.
I mean, as long, like, here's the thing. I try my absolute best in that game to lead people to victory. If you die, I can't control that. You come back later anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
it's
like I
fine.
said, yeah, I would not mind playing that either. I don't have any of the mods installed. I have no idea how any of that works.
We can figure it out.
I'm sure it's very easy.
It's
but
not.
Yeah. Oh, it's not? Okay, rad. Nice
Mods are
comms.
never easy.
Well, at least like because they use Thunder mod, so essentially Thunderous. So essentially, what can happen is I could download all the mods and figure them out, and then I could give you a code, and it will automatically download all the mods I have. So you don't even have
Nice.
to worry about downloading it.
So it's only
I
hard
just-
for one person.
It's only hard for me because I'm usually because every time I've played that game with some group of people, they're like, "Oh yeah, so we're gonna be playing Lethal Company," and I'm like, "Okay, are we playing with mods?" And they're like, "Mm-hmm," and I'm like, "Who's organizing the mods?" And they're like,
Right.
"Mm-hmm," and I'm like, "Oh, it's me. I'm the person organizing the mods. Okay, thank you."
Perfect.
Yeah, every time. And you know what? I have no problems. At least I know what's going to be in the game, but maybe I throw in a sabotage. Who knows? That's what you get.
Oh no, what a shocker. You just breaking and being destructive on purpose.
I haven't done that yet. Except I've like randomly like I don't know, put in a K-pop one where we just like when you get a radio, you can play it and it just starts playing K-pop and you're like just jamming. Yeah.
Doing a
Just
lot
start
of that.
dancing, a lot of dancing, just a
Got
lot
it.
of hanging out, or just like infinite money, or you could have it where you can still hear people. That's a lot of fun. Or just like the yippee mod, which that's a standard for everybody because there's these little like bugs and they go running around like this and they just you can put a mod on it. It goes like yippee and they just like run around going yippee even though when they're angry.
That's definitely not getting clipped out and put into a special clip for the
Nope,
show. Or a
definitely not.
special, That's definitely
Wow.
not going to turn into a button on my stream deck here. Don't worry about it.
Oh, good. Why not? Man, you should just have an entire, like, essentially at this point, a soundboard of Fee, and it's just
Yep.
me making sounds and randomly giving you, like, just looks of sheer, like, frustration and disgust. There you go.
Bowsah, what'd you play?
Wow. Wow.
There's a transition. Holy cow. I played a bit of Fortnite, because of course I did. I bought the new Battle Pass, so I gotta do my dailies. So my routine every day is I work. As soon as I'm done, I go out to the living room, I open up my laptop, and I play 15 minutes of solitaire on my laptop. Why? That gets me credit for playing a PC game and for playing a Game Pass game. Then when that's done, I close it and I fire up Fortnite on my Xbox and I play a console game. And I get my Fortnite dailies done. So I'm killing all kinds of birds with a couple stones. Things are going great. Another thing I've been playing a little bit of here and there is Hello Kitty Island Adventure, because why wouldn't I? Like, just go hang out with the Sanrio
Yes.
characters and do fetch quests for them and clean up the island and do whatever. Who cares? Good fun. So, gotta love that. Just tonight before the podcast, I fired up a new game, a new to Game Pass game. It is called One Lonely Outpost. And if I had to describe what this game is, I would say, so far, it is Stardew Valley with No Man's Sky elements. What do you mean, No Man's Sky elements? Well, you're on a different planet, and you got like a laser, you got to mine the rocks and get metals and stuff that way, and blast apart ice crystals to fill up your watering can so that you can grow crops. So it's got like that vibe, like you're in a different planet. You got to like research the rocks and learn things about where you're at, but there's also farming. I got like a robot cat and a robot dog as pets and helpers, so things are looking pretty good for me over there. I might be pretty hungry because I haven't grown any crops yet, but we're getting there, one step at a time.
Food is underrated, you know.
Yeah, you don't need to eat. It's fine.
No.
And then the other game that I started playing last night with community member King Riley Smiley is that their Split Fiction, the new
I saw you in
Hazelight
Discord,
co-op game. Yeah. So I've not played any of their previous games. I've watched people play It Takes Two, and that story is terrible. Both of those characters need to just go away. But the games always look interesting to me gameplay-wise, so I put it out in Discord and said, hey, does anybody want to play this? And Riley was first up, said, I want to play it. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Nice thing about this game is only one person has to own the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The other person can download Friend Pass version and play it for free.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another nice thing this time around, cross-platform play. So I was playing on my Xbox and Riley was playing on PlayStation and no issues other than like figuring out our EA names to get linked up and be EA friends. That was it. And then I think I read that if you play the game with Friend Pass and then you eventually buy it, any achievements or trophies that you've unlocked will pop.
That's awesome.
I haven't tested that
like
because I
double
bought the
pops for you.
game.
Oh, nice.
So I mean, I'm getting the achievements because I bought it. So I'm not positive how that works, but
Gotcha.
I will say we played like 2.5 hours. I want to say this game keeps changing things up. Like I hadn't really paid attention at all to what the story was behind this, but the way the story is constructed, you're like going to completely different areas. You're in like sci-fi and fantasy worlds, and at one point I was a pig. Like there's a lot of stuff going on here. We've done a couple boss fights. Like it's just like constantly changing. I was worried that something like this is going to be boring. It's like, oh, you go push this button to let me walk across this thing, but no, so far it's just been a constant mix up of different things, and it's really been fun. So it runs great and looks great on Xbox. So
That developer knows how to do co-op games for sure. Like
Yeah.
they do such a great job at all the co-op games they've done. So
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it. I literally just bought it before this podcast.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited to hop in. I've been hearing nothing but good things as well, so I'm pretty pumped about it. I know it's all about two different authors. One of them's a sci-fi writer and one of them's a fantasy writer. So I know when I play it, I'm definitely going to be the fantasy writer character because I am more of a fantasy person anyway. But yeah, I'm pretty excited because it's either people this week are playing that or Monster Hunter. It's kind of like a skip between the two. And is my bank account going to cry when I get both of them? Yeah. But you know what?
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, it's not a maybe. It's not a sense of maybe. In Canada, like Monster Hunter alone's $100.
Ouch.
Yeah. So it's about $200 worth of video games. But I haven't bought any games recently, so it's fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
You're playing all those demos. You've been saving money.
Exactly. Demos are the way to be, guys.
Yep. So I can't wait. I think we're going to play some more on Sunday morning, and I can't wait. Like it's got me hooked. I'm in
Nice.
it. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
I think that's it for the games that we've been playing.
Okay.
Next up, we have some new things
New.
on the Game Pass.
New.
New Game Pass games.
What's new?
Well, one is the One Lonely Outpost that I mentioned earlier. That's already out.
Ooh.
33 Immortals game preview coming March 18th, I want to say, for everyone on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get 33 people together and play it?
I think we
Throwing out the challenge right now.
Yeah. I mean, we have like 8 people in Discord already hanging out.
Oh yeah, there's a watch party going on. They're apparently watching our podcast right now.
That's terrifying.
Talking
Hi,
about it.
guys.
Yeah.
we're popular. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, what do you say?
True.
Say
No big deal.
so easy to be popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mitch.
Oh my. Another game coming soon, Mullet Mad Jack. I don't know if either of you have looked at this. It's like
What?
that picture is something else, first of all.
That
But the
picture is
trailer,
awesome, dude.
the trailer I watched, it's like Doom crossed with anime. Like old
Okay.
Doom. Old Doom. Original Doom.
Okay.
It's wild. You're just running around gunning things down and like, but it has
Love
like
it.
kind of that like, oh, down a hallway and into this room and okay, which hallway do I take now? It kind of like has that vibes of the old Doom games. So I'm interested to check it out. I'm glad it's going to be on Game Pass. It's probably not one I would drop a whole bunch of money for, but hey, it's on Game Pass. I'm going to try it.
May as well.
This
May as
game looks
well.
ridiculous. This picture alone is just
Yeah.
screaming like, what is going on right now?
What's
And it-
going on?
Totally encapsulates what is in the trailer.
Oh, man, that guy has a claw hammer in one hand and a shotgun in the other. Like, all right.
Yep.
Let's see what happens.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Enter the Gungeon is back on Game Pass, or will be soon.
Nice.
It was there for a while. It's coming back March 11th.
March 11th.
March 11th. And then, Fee, you were talking about Monster Train 2?
Yes.
Monster Train, the original, is coming
What?
to Game Pass. So, if you didn't get your fill,
Yeah.
now you got it. Right?
Oh,
And
man.
apparently that is already available. So,
Play it. Guys, it's actually a really fun game. And it's one of those games where you like, oh, I'm just going to play like 1 or 2 rounds. And then it's like 5 hours later. And you're like, what in the actual heck happened? Oh, man, I'm going to have to go download it. That's actually really exciting that they brought I think it's a good opportunity, especially since they are going to be releasing 2. It makes sense why they're bringing it to Game Pass.
yep.
No, it's so good. Yeah, it's it's one of those games. I think I played it around the same time as I was playing like Darkest Dungeon, give or take. I think it came out like maybe a year or 2 later, but I always like remember playing those kind of like it was either between Darkest Dungeon and Monster Train, so would highly recommend.
Nice. Yeah. I'd say the big name thing that is leaving Game Pass next week is Lies of P. They just
Okay.
showed off the new DLC for that, so now they want you
I'm
to buy
sorry.
the game.
That seems
It's been on for 18 months. Lies of P has been on Game Pass, so
sure, but
that's
why would
longer
you
than usual.
why would you show it on ID at Xbox if you're going to just remove it?
It's still an ID at Xbox game. Oh, there we go. We got the Mullet Mad Jack gameplay. See what I mean? Like going down the hallways, FPS game, right? Doesn't this remind you of Doom?
It does remind me of Doom. That's wild. That's wilder.
Yes.
Don't look.
This reminds, yeah, look away, guys. This reminds me of like almost like Hi-Fi Rush as far as the art style goes, like
Yeah.
the animated style looking, but it's just definitely Doom. Like, can we get that off screen? Cool. I bet you this game runs awesome too. Oh, there's your claw hammer. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that game is wild. That's a lot going on.
This like the people on the side remind me of Gundam. Like the actual characters from Gundam, just being able to like see it on the screen. Oh, that's so good.
That's
I'm
what
not
we're
gonna be
all
able to
going to be
play
playing.
Yeah,
Except Pete.
exactly.
I'm not gonna play, guys.
Just eat some gravel, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, exactly. Gravel. Just gonna take a bunch of it. I'm gonna need a Gravel sponsor, guys. Gravel,
Yeah.
if you're listening, please. I will play video games and goodness gracious, it's helped me out on multiple occasions.
Well, I think that's it for the big news this week. Why don't we invite some friends into the carpool with us? Fulia chimes in, co-host over on the PlayStation Drive, and says, "Hello, Xbox friends. With the announcement of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 coming, I would like to know what was your first sports video game you played, if you played any in your lifetime. For me, it was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on the PlayStation 1. I had so much fun playing with my cousins and taking turns to see who could get the highest scores and find all the collectibles. Mitch, where'd you get your start in video game sports games?
NHL 93 on Sega Genesis. My uncle had it, and I didn't know really anything about hockey. All I know is you could check people and you could just knock them on their ass. So that was really fun. So I did that a lot. As far as like playing the actual game itself, no, not really. I didn't play it that much. I was just checking people left and right. That was when you could check somebody and their head would hit the ice and they would start to bleed, and then like an ambulance would come out onto the ice and get them and stuff. So I remember that. That was the first actual sports game I played. But funny enough, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I would say if we're going to consider that a sports game, which it technically is, that was actually the first sports game that really like got my attention. But it got my attention to the point where I stopped playing video games, because once I started playing Tony Hawk, I actually started skateboarding, and for about 4 years, I didn't care about video games, because all I cared about, I played every Tony Hawk iteration that came out, and that was it, because all I wanted to do was skateboard. But no, Tony Hawk is I would say that's the first one that got its hooks into me. Later in life, I started playing Madden here and there, but yeah, Tony Hawk's definitely. Oh no, actually, strike that. NBA Jam. That's the one I'll say. NBA Jam on Genesis, because me and my buddies would go back and forth on that game quite a bit. So actually, I'll say NBA Jam. That was the first one I would say I really cared about.
Nice. Fee, do you play any of those sports video games? You're muted though, so.
I sure am. Because you know what?
I sure am. You know what? You're right.
I had to
Nice cops.
I had to like contain myself because you said sports video game. And as the biggest sports fan here, I just want to say the sports video game that resonates with me the most is Blood Bowl. We are here for full blown, just full on, just pure chaos. If you guys don't know what Blood Bowl is, it is a Warhammer, like essentially sports, like soccer, like just pure chaotic turn-based game. And I haven't played any others. Like I've tried my best to play FIFA in the past. I've tried other video games and it's just like, no. I'm sorry. I'm not a sports person. But you know what? Blood Bowl is just wacky enough to like get me to play. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think of any other games I may have played that are specifically sports related. Mostly just because I don't resonate with it. If I did anything, I think there was maybe like an equestrian game I played once that was like literally like sports, like specifically like competition based video game. That's the only other thing I could think of. But yeah, Blood Bowl. That's the one that really stands out, guys. Go play some American football with orcs and other just galactic space people from specifically Warhammer.
Nice.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Love to hear it. I'm gonna have to say, if you don't count like Pong, which is like tennis.
No, I'm not counting that.
You don't count that? All right.
No,
all right.
I'm not counting that.
How about a sports game where you actually had to do the sport somewhat? And I'm talking about world-class track meet on the NES with the power pad, where you had to run and jump to play the game. Back in the NES era, it was bonkers. This was back in the time where they had like those giant 85,000-pound console televisions that sat on the floor, and we'd put the power pad right in front of that and hold on to that thing and just run as fast as we can on our tiptoes to get our little character flying across the screen.
Or you get that cousin that cheats and just drops and uses their hands to pad on it.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't do that. We got a little bit of exercise. Come on now. Come on.
Guys, I take everything back. Wii Sports.
There you go.
I am amazing at Wii bowling.
You are.
Yeah, Switch. like, I legitimately have had almost perfect games before. I've spent hours just wrecking people on Switch Sports, just playing bowling. Do I have a really cool specific skins for my character? Absolutely I do. Do I have a cool wood, like hardwood specific like bowling ball? Yeah, I do. There's a way of doing it. There's a mastery of playing that game, and it's the same way, like, when I specifically realized how good I was at it when I played, it was Mario Party Jamboree or Jubilee, I don't know. I get those names mixed up. Anyway, there's, like, this point where you have to, like, throw a ball down, and then there's, like, specifically, like, hills that you have, and I got literally a strike playing that game. I'm like,
Nice.
I am great at this. Might not be good at other video games, probably 99% of video games, but bowling, fantastic at it. So here I am. I would say specifically that, or tennis.
Yeah.
Wii tennis.
Very good. Very
And
good.
not throwing it. Yes. There we go.
And I'll throw another shout out. Go ahead, Mitch. Go ahead.
I just didn't know if she ever threw a Wii remote out of her hand. Did you make sure you had the strap on your wrist and everything to make sure you didn't throw it?
I threw a Wii remote playing Resident Evil 4, and it was in the castle, and we walked into a room, and my friend's like, Fiona, there is a chest in the middle of the room on a pillar. That is a trap. And I said, no, that is a opportunity. And I walked in, and a cage fell down, and then a bunch of other zombies came in. A couple had crossbows, and I threw the Wii remote and almost hit my TV with it. My friend had to catch it, and it was insane. Yeah, it was like,
what was it, like a I gave up throw? You're like, nope, we're done.
I screamed. I was like, ah! And then I threw it.
Clip it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That last jump scare I was just talking about, that was Resident Evil 4 as well, except for it wasn't that moment. I like how he tried to, he's like, I'm going to be a nice person here. I'm going to let her know that's a trap. And you're like, can't fool me anymore. You go up and you just throw it out. Jeez Louise.
Nice.
Fair enough.
I'll throw one more shout out for TechMobile, the old school NES football game.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
I put some time into that. My brother probably beat me every time, but that's fine. We don't need to talk about that part. So thank you, Folia, for writing in. And that does it for the community questions this week. Why don't we jump into the main topic? Mitch, what are we talking about this week?
Well, actually, on the topic of Tony Hawk 3 and 4 being remastered, I thought it'd be a cool thing to talk about. Other Xbox owned IPs that deserve a remaster or / remake, because I'm glad that they're going back to the well of like Tony Hawk. Cause like when 1 and 2 came out and it was so good, and then the studio that actually did the remake got closed, I believe. And everybody's just like, cool. So 1 and 2 is awesome. And we're just not going to get 3 and 4 or eventually, hopefully, Underground 1 and 2. Please. Thank you. Underground was awesome. But anyways, we're thinking, hey, there's a lot of other IP that Xbox owns. And what would be another awesome game that could just happen to have a remaster that definitely deserves it? I mean, there's obviously Halo's already gotten its treatment. Yeah, we've had Gears 1, at least Ultimate, done. There's also the rumor, which I also said was going to happen, the Gears collection. Just saying. That's going to happen. But what's another Xbox owned IP that deserves a remake? Something that might not be in the catalog now. Maybe a category of it that's missing out there. What would we want to look at? So let's go with Fee first. She just smiles. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, because the moment I read that, I'm like, I know exactly the answer to this. And it became the entirety of the background because you guys let me make the thumbnail every week. Viva Pinata, guys! We're bringing the pinatas back! This will never die! We are going to be talking about pinatas until it comes back! Every time we come up with a new topic, I bring back the pinatas. Yeah,
Yes, you do.
all the
Yes, you do.
all the pinatas. We need all of them. We need pinata everything. And you know what? When they remaster all of them, I need a pinata console. It needs to be a special edition. It needs to look like a pinata. Everything pinata.
Never heard the word pinata said in 2 minutes more of my life. I want a pinata controller. I want a pinata console. I want a pinata collection. There better be an Ultimate Edition that has a pinata with it.
And once again, they need to make a freaking like Astro like bot, but it's gonna be all pinatas and it's gonna be all the Xbox IPs. That is the way to bring it back, baby. We are just gonna make you get a Master Chief pinata, you get all the guys from Gears of War pinata, you get all the sports games because of course we gotta do it. Pinata'd.
Is that a verb?
It is now.
Is that a verb? Pinata did.
Give us a pinata Xbox.
Don't break it open, y'all. Do not break open your Xbox.
Don't break it open.
Things might fall out, but you probably don't want them to, okay?
No, I need a pinata controller. I need that to be as colorful. I need it to be like vibrant.
It also needs to have like actual fringes.
Exactly.
Like, there's got to be texture to it.
Talk about that thing flying out of your hand.
No,
Perfect.
your Cheetos crumbs need somewhere to settle in. It's got to be in that
Exactly.
fringe.
Exactly.
Good Lord.
That is the only answer. I'm sticking to it. That is my I will die on this hill. Viva Pinata needs to come back with a vengeance, and I need it now, please and thank you. So yeah, that's my answer.
Nice. I have a question for the both of
Yes.
you. Have you ever experienced a grown-up pinata? I went to a party one time and they had a grown-up pinata and it was stuffed full with the tiny little bottles of liquor and lottery tickets.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Okay, that's sick.
Like, if they bring Viva Pinata back with the remaster, I'm going to make up one of those and we'll bust it open an extra life.
Yes.
I was thinking you're just going to bust it open in your room and you're like,
Yeah,
it's
myself.
all for me.
It's all for me. Yay.
I spent $300 on this. It's now all mine.
It's all mine.
Congrats. You spend a lot of
that's
money
awesome.
on stuff.
That's hilarious.
Oh, my. What do
about
you think,
Bowsah?
Mitch? Oh,
Ah.
me next? Oh,
I got you next. I got you.
me
You.
next. All right.
Yeah, you.
Here's what, like, I never played these games, and the reason I don't go back to them is because they are getting a little older, and I just don't think they'll hook me. I have a harder time going back to old games, so I would like to see them remaster State of Decay. There's supposed to be part 3 coming out. I've heard State of Decay is quite fun, but I just can't bring myself to go back and play it. But if they
You
did a
never played
remaster,
any, like...
never played any of it.
Oh, State of Decay was super fun. I think at the time, I mean, it could benefit from a remaster for sure, right? Because, I mean, it came out Xbox Live Arcade. I remember at the time that was like file size, the biggest Xbox Live Arcade game, and it was like a big deal. And I remember there was like weird things like driving a car, but then you could hit a button to open the door and you could just use it to ram the hell out of
See, that
zombies as
sounds
you're
awesome.
driving. It was cool. It was fun. I can see that. I don't want to say it looks, it probably doesn't look great now. If I have to be honest, like it probably doesn't. I don't know. I think play wise, like gameplay wise, I bet it'd be fine, but visually it might be jarring just because that's literally like Xbox 360 live arcade games, which, like I said, did not have the greatest of visuals with that. And it was open world for what it was. It was awesome though. And 2, I never got to play as much of 2. 3, yeah, supposedly, you know, whatever the name of that studio is, I can't remember off the top of my head. They're supposedly making it. We haven't heard anything on that in like
That's been years
a while.
since we've heard about State of Decay 3. I don't know if it just like is gone now, if it's not going to happen, or it's just
That's
going to shadow
crazy.
drop in June. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a while. I don't even know when the video for this came out. Like I was gonna pull this up, but like that's kind of crazy. Like you're right. I haven't heard of that in a very long time. So I have no idea what's up with that.
No idea. But
I know I'm on the website right now. Undead Labs is the name of the studio. They talked about winding down State of Decay 2. So obviously they're like taking away all the, all the resources from State of Decay 2 to go into 3. But yeah, like this is a State of Decay 3 trailer from, actually it was June of last year. So
Really?
maybe there's just too much news and we didn't think about it, but apparently, yeah, it says here. I think it got announced a while back. Maybe it didn't have a trailer or something before then, but yeah, this has a trailer. The newest trailer was June of last year, June of 2024.
Yeah, maybe it still exists then.
Maybe it's one of those games that'll happen this year. Like you said, like, I mean, I prefer games when they get announced and you don't know about them for years. Like Fable already got delayed, which is like, like that sucks because we've known about Fable for a very long time. I just like it when they just kind of show a game off and then 6 months later it comes out. Yeah. The good old Fallout 4 was the best, in my opinion. Fallout 4 had the best launch ever. It got announced and in June, it came out in November and they just talked about it for 5 months because nobody knew anything about it. It was awesome. GTA is also like the other game that can do that. They can come out, like they'll drop a trailer in June and then like every week they'll release like 2 screenshots and you'll like be in love until the game comes out.
But we already know about GTA.
Yeah. Right. No, I'm just
Not
saying
do
like,
that
yeah,
this
that
time.
one. Yeah, not this time. Well, I mean, like they showed the trailer, but they haven't shown much else besides that one trailer yet. They haven't shown any screenshots or anything or gone in depth with gameplay or anything, which I'm sure they will this year because that game is coming out this year.
But I mean, like it was the same way that like Fable showed like a few trailers, and then like for GTA 6, they showed what early last year the trailer or late 2023.
It was late 23. Yeah, it was like November, December 23. So
I mean, like I don't know, like maybe it's just me. I'm just unbothered when they announce games like 3 to 4 years ahead of time now. I'm just like, okay, cool. I'll look forward to that in 3 years, and then it gets just kind of put in the back burner. Because, like, I feel like if I was frustrated, I'd probably be upset about, like, Fable. Like, I understand why people are like that. It's just, I don't know. At this point, there's just so many games. It's, like, good to know this is coming out in a few years. See you then. And then just focusing on, like, the 15 games that comes out every, like, 30 seconds at this point. So, because that's kind of how it feels like at this point.
That's true. Yeah, I think like certain games, sometimes like, I mean, like example, Perfect Dark is another game. I'm just like, they announced that so long ago. And I don't know. Sometimes when a game gets like that, some people, it gets too hyped. I think Death Stranding, when I think of that, sorry, Bowsah, I know you love the game, but there was a lot of people that were like, oh my God, this is gonna be the greatest thing ever. And then they played it and it maybe didn't live up to their hype. So that's the only thing I don't like about when games have like a long time, they just build up hype of all this stuff and then it comes out and it doesn't matter how good the game it can be, it won't live up to the hype you put on it. And I also think about Cyberpunk being that too, how like people were like, this is gonna be the greatest thing ever, and then when this came out it was kind of now it's awesome, right? But beforehand it was just a little like, that's not
maybe that's why I'm like that at this point, because like Fallout 76 kind of burned me, guys.
No, that's another one. Yeah, that one burned a lot of people. So,
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I mean, like I said, that would be another State of Decay. I'm thinking like, again, just thinking of like technology wise, Unreal 5, like just how crazy detailed you can get with those types of games, and that's the thing I'm most excited about with like this newer generation. Is like graphically, I don't think things are going to get a whole lot better. But like just the amount of density you could put in an open world and how graphically good an open world game can be, like that would be pretty cool. And again, like, would it be a bad idea to do that before State of Decay 3 comes out? No. Because I mean, again, I feel like a lot of these games now, especially if they have a sequel that's in this new engine, look at Ninja Gaiden, right? Like they were just like, we're building a new Ninja Gaiden in this new engine. Let's figure out how this works. Let's just take an old game, make it look pretty, and just release it. Who cares? That's free money again. Right, we already have the game built. We spend a little bit of money doing the remaster. We'll just get some money from this again, but build up hype for the next one. That is something they could easily do.
Nice.
I like it.
Cool.
What do you think, Mitch? What do you got?
So the one, so I keep thinking about games like that aren't part of Xbox's catalog right now, right? I'm trying to think of games that like happen because I mean, yeah, I could say do the Gears collection, which you've already said the Gears collection, right? And I mean, that's happening, by the way. Like so many rumors are happening with that. You could say like Fable collection, you know, but I mean, there's already RPGs on the console. I'm trying to think of something that like is not out there. And, you know, there's already, you could say Forza, but there's already racing games. So the one game that came to my mind from the OG Xbox, Fusion Friend. Now here's the thing, guys. There is not a lot of games like Mario Party on any other console, right? Mario Party is like in its own thing. This was kind of like a Mario Party-esque style game, like a party style game. But my thought process is bring it back, add all the Xbox characters. Just funny little, if you want to say Funko Pop style looking versions of all the Xbox characters in this type of party game. You could do a little bit more mature, like ish games. It doesn't have to be as like, you know, basic games as like Mario Party. But like if you did Fusion Frenzy with Xbox characters, that's an easy Game Pass game that could have multiple people playing it. Also, I don't even care. Put it on PlayStation. That's the type of game that the more people you have playing it, because again, even on PlayStation right now, there's not a lot of games like Mario Party. There's not like those types of party games. And it's like that Mario Party, and when you think about party games, besides like Rock Band and Guitar Hero and those types of games, like that was the one game so many people thought of, or Smash Brothers. But like Xbox had a game at launch and it was fun. It was just something cool. It was unique. And like I said, that type of game I don't feel exists on anything Xbox or PlayStation at this point. So what?
Goose Duck. It is a Mario Party type game where there's murder and there's party games.
Got it. What's that? Is that on just PC?
PC.
Yeah, I was just thinking like, and again, I'm not even saying, I see, I didn't even know about that. So I appreciate you telling me. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
But like, I think like Fusion Frenzy though, like I said, it's an IP that literally had one game come out. I don't think there was a sequel.
Oh, there was
I
another one.
could be wrong. But that is definitely a game that would be very fun to play. And again, just make it weird again. Like, you know, before you didn't have all the Xbox IPs that you had now. You don't have the characters you had now, right? It was just random generic looking people. Throw Xbox IP in there. Do fun stuff with that. It could be really cool. Yes.
I mixed it up. Yeah, it's Pummel Party. That's like Mario Party. Goose Duck is like Among Us, where you kill people. Because I know there's the murder aspect. I just didn't know.
Oh my God! You mean Fee remembered a murder game? No shot. You can do this all you want, but we know what you. It murders on the brain. I get it.
It's a deception game, Mitch.
You're watching a show about cooking and crime scenes. Let's just say that we're fine. I mean, murder and crime is just on your brain all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm really good at deception games, Mitch. I don't know if you know this, but
I'm quite aware of how good you are at them. Thank you very much. Like, there's no like, oh, I wonder. No, very good, strikingly good, scarily good. I'm just saying. You know, don't piss me off. But anyways, I'm just saying you'll end up dead in a video game. I'm just saying. Also, she didn't come to Extra Life for a reason, guys. I'm just saying.
Whoa!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I mean, I feel safer that she didn't. I mean,
guys, I'm a gentle giant. Okay, give me a break.
I'm so sorry.
I'm a gentle giant.
She didn't come because she didn't want to intimidate every other person that was there. That's what it was.
I just don't think people understand how tall I am. So
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. You would show up and people would, dude, Sean was saying, oh my God, I didn't realize how tall you were. Imagine if you showed up. He'd be like, oh my God.
Everyone also said they didn't realize how short I was, so.
Oh no.
I'm shorter than Lachlan.
What?
Oh, just throw her under the bus. You know how short she is?
Everyone
I'm even shorter.
assumes that she's like this big. Well, she's taller than me, so.
I think I'm the tallest.
I honestly think you 100% are.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would go you, then Sean, then me. I don't know how tall Ron is. Ron's the only one I don't know. I have no idea either.
I don't know either. Ron, in the comments. Post
Would it be wild if Ron was like 5 feet tall?
4 foot nothing. We're like, oh no, Ron.
Now Ron has to come to the next in-person event and
We
prove
gotta figure
his
this
own
out.
height.
Yeah, I think me and Sean are about the same height. I think we
Yeah.
are. And then like, yeah,
You're a
but
little
no,
bit taller than him, though.
A little bit? All right. But
Yeah,
no,
you
like
are.
I said, if he would show up and we'd be like,
Okay, I'm not that tall, okay?
Okay,
is
I'm gonna have to look at
6'8".
you like that.
You will,
she
yes.
will. She will. I
Yeah.
might not have to. I'll just look up a little bit. You know what I mean?
I'll be like,
It's fine. I'm used to it.
Bowsah will have neck cramps from talking to P for the weekend.
could you please sit down so I can talk to you?
Would not be the first time.
Sit down so you and Bowsah could be eye level. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's okay. Don't worry about it, guys.
Oh my
It's fine.
goodness.
Everything's fine.
Everything's
But
fine.
yeah, Fusion Frenzy remake. Go do it. Get back on topic. No, I think it would be a fun game. And again, easy Game Pass game. All that. It'd be awesome. Super awesome.
Nice.
Other than that, like the only other games that came to mind, but it's like I was just thinking of all the OG Xbox games, right? So there's like Project Gotham Racing, but then there's Forza.
Somebody
mean?
was
Like-
shouting out Project Gotham Racing way at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah, Project Gotham Racing it was a super good game. It was fun. And like I said, that's the type of game. But like I said, like there's already Forza. I could say,
Yeah.
you know, Knights of the Old Republic, which they are supposedly remaking. I don't know what the hell's going on with that game. But you could also say like Jade Empire, which is another BioWare, you know, RPG that just is dormant. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different games that could be brought up. But I just thought about it like, oh yeah, there's already an RPG. There's already, you know, racing games, but there ain't no Fusion Frenzies out there.
So I think that they should like pull a PlayStation and do remasters of games that aren't necessarily old. And
Oh
maybe
yeah,
don't
just
need
games
them.
that are 2 years old.
Yeah, so I think that we definitely need Hellblade 1.
Ooh.
I'd love to see it look as good as the sequel. That'd be wild. Like, get that one full experience, as Nagachaka loves to say. Bring Hellblade 1 up to the standards of its sequel.
You know what? I think we should come up with a remake from a game that came out like a week ago. I feel like that's where we're coming at
Yes.
this point.
Let's remake Sea of Thieves.
It's just
Yeah.
came out.
It's ongoing. It gets updated like every
Yeah.
week.
Remake
Why
Fortnite
not?
while we're at it. Just do
Yeah,
Fortnite.
yeah, let's do that.
Might as well.
Yeah, why not? You know what? We should just do a remake and then bring it to Xbox and just say that it's now just like a remake of that game. Like, just bring it. Why not just bring a PlayStation game and remaster it and then put it specifically on Xbox? You know, just take one from left field.
You know what though? Real talk. Act like like a Fallout 4 remaster wouldn't get announced and Fee wouldn't lose it, right? Like act
Okay.
like-
Yeah. No, I would, because that would be
Right.
essentially the same way as if they were just like, you know what, we're remastering and we're gonna like make Apex better, and then Mitch goes crazy.
exactly.
Throwing the easy balls over here, Mitch. I don't know what to tell you.
No, but what I'm
Everybody's-
saying is like it just feels like again what I'm trying to say is that game didn't come out very long ago, but there's still excitement to be had around it, right? Like there's definitely games that I think like early Xbox One games, like you could look at those, like even 360 games, like if those got remade. But I mean, some of the like it's funny because you mentioned the Sony thing. It's like this game came out 3 years ago. Let's remaster it.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
what?
everyone's hyped about Gears of War 1, 2, 3 remaster potentially coming out. Why
Yeah.
not 4 and 5?
It's true. It's true.
D-
I mean,
just
4 or
do it.
5. That's true. Like F it, just do it all. Like
Just-
might as well.
Might as
We'll do
well.
it live. F it. Here's all of them. Here's Judgment 2 that people are gonna say they hate, but it's not a terrible game. Stop hating Judgment, guys. But no, like I mean, it's so funny because I'm trying to think of what's an Xbox game that they could remake that I would like within the last 2 or 3 years. Hellblade actually is probably the better one, just because of like Unreal
Well-
5 and how good Hellblade 2 looked.
Yeah,
Like,
Hellblade's
they
older than that
absolutely
too,
could've.
right?
Right. Like that
know
could
what?
absolutely get a remake and that would look good, but
We remake Starfield and it comes out day one with a map.
and it comes out in good condition. Remake Starfield.
Rip.
Oh no. Oh. Starfield. Man, remember when people were psyched about that?
I'm
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Mitch.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like.
I don't have the headset in the living room either.
I don't know what you're talking about. I still love this controller, by the way. This is my like ride or die controller right now. But
Yeah, they did a good job.
fantastic job on the controller. I mean, yeah, you know what, guys? Do you know what they should also bring back? Wait for it. Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise. Mitch is cracking open another Dr. Pepper. I'm here to just bring back the pinatas.
Love them pinatas, man.
Yeah, because okay, because here's the thing. Once again, right now, Xbox has been bringing so many indies onto the platform. I think this is a good opportunity to find like the cutesy side of the market. You know what I mean? We gave PlayStation the ability to do things like Astrobot, and now it's our time. It's time. They have Astrobot. Nintendo has frickin' Mario and all the other cutesy characters. We need something on our side, and that's pinatas. I don't know what else to tell you. There's no. If it is, I swear, you were talking about the fact, oh, well, we can just bring back Fusion Frenzy and then everyone can look like a Funko Pop. No Funko Pops. That is dumb. I'm sorry.
Your ideas are dumb, Mitch.
It's not the first time I've heard that. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It won't be the last.
I don't want bobbleheads. I want something cutesy. I'm just gonna like constantly talk about pinatas until it happens. So Xbox, if you want me to stop talking about pinatas, you know what to do. Make a pinata game. Viva Pinata. Yeah. Just bring them all back.
It's also been rumored for a while that some of the older Elder Scrolls games were gonna get remastered. I'd like to see that. Yeah. Morrowind, Oblivion.
So they can sell Morrowind 800 times again, like they have Skyrim.
Why not? I mean, like, because we've kind of like, you know, played around with Skyrim enough at this point. Like, it runs on my air fryer at this point. Maybe we should pick a different game.
Probably better than Switch.
Probably, which is where I first played it.
God!
Out of all those games, other than like the online game, I've played Oblivion. And it was for 45 minutes. And that was the wildest 45 minutes because we just modded it to all anything. And then I became a vampire. But then I couldn't become a vampire. And we didn't understand why I couldn't become a vampire. It was because I was literally, like, we raised my character to the specific point, health-wise, that they were immune to everything, including vampirism. So we couldn't actually become a vampire. But then we finished the game in 45 minutes. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just kind of ran around, I made a character, ran around, became a vampire finally, and then that was the end of the game. I don't know what else happened. No, I'm still one of the rare people who still hasn't played Skyrim. So
I feel like there's enough mods alone for Oblivion and Morrowind to where they could just be like, can I just pay the guy that made the mod, take the license, and sell it on my own, please? Like, can we just do that? I mean, like, I feel like that's an easy win.
They did that for London. They did that for Fallout 4 in London. Yeah. They got modders to make the mod into a DLC for the game. There's like so many just opportunities now to just improve the games through community and through modders that are like insanely talented. Because you can even play Skyrim now and it looks like a completely new game. Because people have modded it to the point where it looks like it's in Unreal Engine 5 and then it's just like beautiful beyond belief, but it's the exact same game, but then other different elements. So I feel like it's maybe a good time to leverage modders and just like the community. Who knows? Maybe that's how we get some of the older Xbox IPs to the forefront. Who knows? Maybe Xbox just needs to like see some people take their IPs and run with them, but who knows?
You know what's really funny? You mentioned getting a remake of a game that just recently came out, and I just thought about something.
Yeah.
I didn't know this until this week. GTA 5 got remade. Did you guys know that? GTA 5 has an enhanced PC version now. That essentially is, just to be clear, if you already own the PC version, you get the upgrade for free. Just want to be clear. They're not charging people for it.
Okay.
But they literally like did like ray tracing, ambient inclusion. They added animals that are now just like roaming around. So they like basically took, it's funny because like there were already mods for all this. So they kind of were just like, hey, we don't want you guys modding, but can we just use your stuff, please? Thanks. So literally like they added like all sorts of like crazy new things that are just basically making the game prettier. I've seen some comparisons. It looks real good. Like it looks really, really good now. The only thing that's real stupid, and I don't get it, and I kind of get it, but I don't.
Yeah.
The enhanced version has newer features for GTA Online. So there's like different things you can upgrade now that weren't possible before to make it more customized, and I think that's cool. The problem is it's not crossplay. So if you have the legacy version of it, it won't work if you're playing it. So if you move your character to enhanced, it won't work with the other PC version, which is weird to me. But when I heard like all the upgrades that they did to it, I kind of get it. But yeah, like that's another game that's like, how many times are you going to remake that game? But it got remade, and yeah.
It kind of bums me out that they put so much effort into GTA, but then like Red Dead Online is a cluster, like essentially like sometimes just garbage tier of like just a burning like, I don't know. It's every time I get onto it, like I usually just want to play. It's funny to want to play an online game solo, but you just go into the wilderness and then you just kind of do your own thing and you just stay away from like randoms, because then when you start dealing with randoms, they start randomly swearing and yelling at you. So it's just, I don't know. I think that there's an opportunity to take maybe something like Red Dead and maybe doing something with it, because you know what? That game's phenomenal. So I haven't even
Red
played
Dead ever get like a good like, I don't want to call it like what, a Series X version? Did it ever get that?
I don't think so.
I don't think.
There's one.
Yeah.
Take that and add some stuff to it.
I've only played online, and it's still a phenomenal game, but I think there's just opportunities to really spruce it up. Stop spending so much money on GTA and spend some money on the Old West.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let them know. Shout
Really,
at them.
People want to do drugs and hookers and not be cowboys. I don't know.
Yeah. I want cars and
Weirdos.
motorcycles that fly. I don't want the Old West and buggies and horses.
My horse, you're a good boy.
I love my horses in that game.
It is wild that you mentioned that though, because yeah, you're right. Like Red Dead had like Undead Nightmare come out. It had DLC, and Red Dead 2 came out, and they were like, enjoy. And they like haven't done a damn thing with that. Besides putting it on PC. It's like the only thing they've done is they put it on PC and then like,
yeah,
I think that's it. That's kind of crazy. Because also that game is not, it's not even like that game is not good. Like it's like literally some people's favorite game ever, right? And it's just like wild that they just kind of are like, I guess my guess is just GTA probably just makes that much money. That's got to be the problem. It's just GTA
for sure.
makes stupid amounts of money for them not to just take their whole workforce and go, are you guys done with Red Dead? Cool. Could you do this, please? Like, we just want to keep printing money. So, yeah. I'd like Rockstar to make other games, though, too. That'd be kind of cool. Remember when they used to come out with, like, random games here and there? Manhunt, LA Noire, you know, table
They can't,
tennis.
though, because GTA 6.
Right. Once GTA 6 comes out, I mean, now they're just going to pump money into GTA 6 online, so.
For next 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. That's fine. GTA 6 is going to be great. Great,
It's gonna be, yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to buy cars and run people over. I mean, what? Who knows? We'll see.
I'm ready for that game. You know what I want more than anything? I just want the release date. Only because that way everybody else can say theirs. Because right now, no one's saying anything in 2025.
Yeah, no one is committing to anything.
No one.
The second half of 2025.
Do you know what's going to happen?
What's that?
We're going to get to the end of 2025, and they'll be like, we're coming out January 2nd, 2026, just so no one releases. And they'll tell us, like, the night of the freaking Game Awards, because no one's actually done anything this year, because no one wanted to release. And so it's just them being like, you know what? This is how we did this. Clean sweep, you know, just did what we wanted to do. No one's getting awards this year. And then that's it.
I predict that GTA 6 will launch early October.
I agree. I agree.
They
I was thinking
definitely
that,
want
or,
to
like,
be
September.
in before the cutoff for the Game Awards.
Or they
Is
just
that the cutoff?
I don't know, but like that would give people enough time to play it to say whether or not it's their game of the year.
Pure chaos. The last day of the Summer Game Fest, they're like, it's out today. Have a good
Oh
week,
my God.
summer, silly gooses. And they just drop the mic, and then just like the entire internet breaks, and they don't know what to do with themselves because they're like, how was I supposed to book time off when they don't tell us when these games get released? And then it's just like pandemonium. And you know what? I'm here for it. Rockstar, do your worst. Just pure chaos.
All I have to say is, I'm so glad I have a job that's salary now, to where I can just disappear. That thing will
not
come
how
out
it
and be
works.
like, hey guys, I'll see you in like a week and a half or something. I'm telling you, productivity on Earth will go down that day. Like, nothing's getting done anywhere. Record call out numbers. The freeway's clear because everyone's home playing GTA 6. I swear to God. I just looked this up, by the way. Game Awards says games eligible for the Game Awards this year must be purchased for available public consumption on or before Friday, November 22nd, 2024.
Yeah.
So you have like up until November to do it, but it's just
2024.
Well,
oh yeah. Well,
He
that's
was
that
reading
this
the year
was last
before,
year.
but-
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah. So yeah, the basically. Well, hold on. Oh yeah. It says anything after this date will be for the ceremony in 2025. So I'm assuming it's that week in
Yeah.
November, like third week
Yeah.
in November
Gotcha.
for every year. But I mean, yeah. I just, like I said, I just want to get to the point where you just tell me the release date so everybody else can just say theirs, because no one's wanting to say it. They're just too terrified for all good reasons. Makes
Fear.
sense. Yeah. Dude, nobody's going to play it. You get your game out before that, not after, before. And I guarantee you all these people have like 3 or 4 release dates. They're ready to go. They just can't say it yet.
Yep.
Man.
And then it's going to be a hell fest before GTA 6 because no one wants to go out
Exactly.
after. Everybody's just going to be like, there's going to be like 5 games dropping every Tuesday before GTA 6 happens.
You know
Oh my
what?
God.
They should just say, here's 3 release dates. One of these is actually real. The other one's fake. You see what happens. And then just people just terrified up until that point, and then they don't release it. And then it does it again, and then they're like, you know what? We'll release the game. Just like throw it out of nowhere. I just want chaos. I don't know why. You know what? Actually, it's not a surprise that I want chaos. I just want just pure pandemonium in the gaming space, because you know what? We don't have stress as it is. We don't have people constantly complaining as it is. We just need just clean slate, if you will. Just pure like chaos, and that's it. Here we are. 10 out of 10. Nice comms.
Nice cops. Great
Yeah.
cops.
Now I'm saying it.
You're in.
I'm ugh. In and
Oh,
out.
try not to sound so happy. Okay, cool.
Ugh. All right.
Is that it?
guys?
Anyone else have any remasters that need to be done? We good? We got
Another
'em all.
Viva. No, I'm just joking.
Flip table. Just walk off set.
What
I'm
do
done.
you mean?
All right.
What do you mean?
Before we drive on out of here, thank you to everyone that supports us over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Especially, let's thank our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on this show and the PlayStation Drive. You can find him at linktree/pme.jib. Cwagmire, who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes, and TechMike, who says whether you are Kevesi or Agnian, you are a Xenobabe at heart. Our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, The Captain, and Tim Pollen, and gold members, Adam K., Anna, Awesome Dave, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Jan32, Liger Woods 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje EP, Riley King, and Stephen Keller. Before we take off, Fee, where can people find you on the internet?
People can find me over on Patreon because this week I am recording a Pants episode and we're going to be talking about all things Australia. Why not? So here we are. Also, you can find me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zoranix, and where I'm going to be playing some demos, probably playing some Cabernet, probably some other games there as well. And I'm all here for it. Yes. You'll have to check out my Pants episode to figure out why I'm talking about Australia. Here we are.
Ready.
We're here.
Mitch, where
We
can
are
people
here.
find you on the internet?
You can find me everywhere, just like it says right here on the YouTube video or Twitch channel, whatever. Mitch Power 1116. What will I be playing? I'll be playing Apex Ranked. I'm hopefully going to be playing more community games. Like we're probably going to end up playing Fall Guys more than likely, based off the number of people that are in the Discord. So make sure you guys, check me out there. Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all the above. Mitch Power 1116.
And you can find me on PlayStation and Xbox and all of the places at Bowsah 13, and come hang out in Discord, chat away with us, and play some games with us. That's what we do there. So, for everyone else, I'd like to thank you for tuning into this week's episode. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Who's doing?
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.